Hello everyone, and welcome back to the CCA. Here we are in week 1 of season 6. This is Cygnus here along with Jay Money. How are you doing today, Jay?
I'm doing pretty good. Looking forward to a nice game here. We got week 1, Division 5. We got VCU Spirality versus Griffink. A lot of history with these two teams in the CCA, and it's going to be a fun one tonight, that's for sure.
Yeah, definitely. This is definitely an exciting matchup between two teams that definitely know each other pretty well. They're both some pretty prominent Virginia schools as well, so we kind of a bit of a rivalry in the mix here, and these are teams that have experience playing against each other. They're both very competitive, and I'm just really excited to see how things go in this week 1 match. Start of a new season, and this is a point where you feel like anything can happen, really.
Yeah, for sure. And with a lot of fun maps in for this week 1, it's really going to be anyone's game here. Talking a little bit about these teams, though, Griffink, originally from the last season back in the circuits, they were in the bottom of Div 2. Meanwhile, looking over at VCU, they were one of the top teams in Division 4. So a lot of changes in terms of divisions. We got a former Division 2 playing in Division 5, Division 4 playing in Division 5, so it's going to be interesting to see how these two teams match up for sure.
Yeah, definitely. And we asked both teams for their keys to the match earlier on, and there were definitely some common answers between these two teams. They both put timing their specials as big keys and keeping good mentals and positive attitudes. So these two teams seem to be pretty well aligned how they want to play the game. Keeping good attitude is always so important, and I'm sure you know timing specials could always just be the key point in any match, and I'm really excited to see what comes up with this.
Yeah, for sure. And looking over at Griffink's keys to victory, they have focus on painting, positive attitude, and timing specials. They also added an additional note that most of them haven't played in a few months, so something to definitely look out for is some rust factors coming in for Griffink. But hopefully they have everything ready to go, because we are going to be getting started pretty soon.
Yeah, we're going to be looking at Game 1 here, which is going to be coming in on Robo Ramen on Splat Zone. So it should be pretty interesting to see. This is one of my personal favorite map mode combos here. I'm definitely excited to see what these two teams are going to bring out for this.
Yeah, and for a mode like Zones Robo, I think one of the key things that a lot of people don't talk about is how team-oriented this specific mode in Zones is. There's only one small little way to get into the enemy base, so you really need to work together, coordinate those specials, and work on really big communication in order to hold that position and get into it respectfully, as well as getting back in after being in a lockout situation. So, it's going to be big to see how these two teams work together and get into these key locations here.
Absolutely, and I think that brings us to another key to victory we saw coming from VCU Spirality, which is entry denial, which, as you were saying, Jay, that's going to be a super important factor on this map, especially as teams are coordinating, push in together, and again, as you said, trying to stay in there, more importantly.
Yeah, for sure. And one other thing to consider is that Griffink and VCU do have a little bit of history together, as in the circuit last semester, it appears that they've played each other, and it came down to an overtime win for VCU. So these two teams, it looks like it's going to be a good one, as they're pretty matched up evenly neck and neck.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, overtime win at the last second. Can't get more exciting a Splatoon game than that one. I'd definitely like to see a few of those happen here tonight if possible. That would be a lot of fun, and we should be starting soon. I'm very interested to see what kind of comps these teams are choosing to run, and how they adjust to each other throughout the match as well. Again, start of the new season, fresh start for everyone here. A lot to look forward to.
Absolutely. And I think one thing that I'm really curious to see is if either team brings out any sort of reef slider weapons. On a mode like Zone's Robo, where it's just an easy slider in to at least neutralize, if not fully cap with a lot of special power up, that's going to be a big thing to look out for when it comes to this matchup. But we are getting ready to head into it right now as we see VCU in the yellow, Griffink in the blue. What do you think about these comps here?
Yeah, well, right away, I see that reef slider you were talking about coming from Spirality, Jay. I think this Dreadbringer is going to be a very important piece in this match to keep track of as we're looking at the zones. Also seeing both teams running a crab tank here. Very important special. We're already seeing Space Seals popping one on the side of Griffink, being attacked a little bit, though, having to retreat as they're facing a lot of pressure early on as Spirality took the early zone, got 74, but that double kill is going to be pretty big for Griffink to start taking the zone back. Their tire's putting down. They have Dog on the heavy edit, pushed all the way back here, are controlling the zone with the crab tank in the zone. That's already the second crab tank they pulled. They pulled already, and Griffink has shifted the lead and is looking in a good position here early on.
Yeah, Griffink getting a lot of specials out early. Despite me saying that, though, VCU coming in with the reef slider gets 3. It looks like Space Seal's going to be the only one left jumping out. VCU has control of the zone and looks like, exactly like I said, they're going to get into these key positions and try to hold him out. We see Hacks trying to fight Titanium, but Titanium gets the pick. With the crab tank coming out, the third crab tank already, only a minute, 15 seconds in, and Griffink is going to try to take this back with a slider.
Yeah, just reef slider versus reef slider. War of our own. Oh, a nice pick there by Titanium on those dualies. Although Spirality does manage to barely take the lead, but Griffink is able to get zone back in control. They're working down on that penalty, but Dog is able to get the drop down on Titanium from above. The heavy edit Splatling has such a fast kill time. If it catches you off guard, it's really hard to get away from it. Such a valuable weapon. The reslider being used a lot more aggressively here, taking down Titanium again, as Spirality is pressuring Space Seals even more and pushing around to the pillow and popping an aggressive crab tank. Using special super aggressively, just keeping Griffink pushed even further back. Spirality is through their penalty, still with the lead, and their timer is counting down even more, getting below 40 now.
Yeah, time's getting low. These specials between the reef sliders and the crab tank, each team has one of each, but looks like VCU is trying to hold on to this for 20 more points remaining, but Griffink trying to hold on to everything they got. It's only Pickle being the last one left on the shot, trying to hold it as best as they can as their teammates jump to them with Cooler, but things are getting desperate with only 10 seconds left. Titanium trying to find a pick on Dog, but cannot get it. VCU going to hold on to this zone as long as they can, and they are going to take game 1 with a strong fashion.
That was one fun game 1 we just saw. A lot of swings, a lot of changes of the zones. As you were saying right before the match, those reef sliders were indeed pivotal for flipping the zone. I think probably the biggest moment for Spirality was when they were able to get the zone without using their specials, allowing them to use their specials to push up a lot more aggressively, using the reef slider. How they were able to use the reef slider after the zone was already flipped, so they were able to push Griffink back a lot further with it, and then activate the crab tank in a really aggressive position to keep their opponents is pushed further back, let them really get the timer down, and that was the push that really solidified their hold on this to let them get the knockout victory.
Yeah, and when you're able to get back into the zone without using all your specials, that's huge, especially when the specials are very similar. As we saw, both teams had a reef slider. Both teams had a crab tank. I'm pretty sure, I might think both teams might have had a bubble as well. But regardless, they were very similar specials, so it all came down to fundamentals. And VCU, using their raw talent to get in and use the specials more efficiently than Griffink, that's what allowed them to get the game here. But still plenty of more game to be played. We're going to be moving on to TC Humpback very soon.
Yeah, this is another game mode I'm really interested in seeing. I definitely want to see how these teams can play around their longer range options on this map with all the humps, all the curves on the walls, and taking into account the path that the tower follows. I'm interested to see how things like the dreaded pencil come into play here. Definitely.
Yeah,
maybe a splatling or two.
And for TC Humpback, I think we could see a few different change weapons, because on a mode like this, tower control blasters are amazing. Anything that can poke a ledge, like I've said, I've casted another game earlier today, but with these same maps, but rollers, blasters, anything that can poke ledges, even Slaughter, Dreadringer is going to be a good pick, but getting those weapons that can hit you in places that you wouldn't really expect on such a high terrain map as TC Humpback, that's going to be big to see if we see any different comp changes, if teams go with the same thing they were going with. But really, you don't see this map too often, so we can see some fun picks.
Yeah, definitely. All of options that can happen here, and I'm most interested to see how Griffink chooses to adjust after dropping the game one. It was a pretty even game in the first half, but we will see what is happening right about here, coming into the match now.
Yeah,
and right away I'm seeing they're sticking with the Dreadringer, but there it is. You were talking about blasters earlier. I'm seeing a custom range blaster being brought out by Titanium on Griffink there right away.
Yeah, that custom range blaster should be doing a lot of damage with how this map's laid out, as we see them trying to poke early, fighting against hacks. Oh, and it looks like that there was a DC. I don't know who that was.
No.
Oh, and it looks like they're all taking out on hacks as everyone started shooting them on their team. Very unfortunate, but we'll be back shortly to run that back.
Yeah, just sometimes gotta pick someone to blame, fair or not, for these unfortunate connection moments.
Yeah, I feel like there's always something with whether you could blame it on college internet, on Splatoon servers. It's never really the perfect recipe for success. But while we have a little more time to talk, this could potentially be a breakthrough for Griffink, getting a little more time to relax, catch their composure, talk things out, see what they can improve on. This might be what Griffink needs to change the tides.
Yeah, definitely. I definitely think keeping good area control, having good paint coverage will be very important for them here. Get enough area control to allow your range blaster to thrive and really break through the enemy lines and mess them up, so you could have a good chance to push the tower as far as you can here. Here, I think that's gonna be. I think that's gonna be a really key way to see Griffink try to play around. Is just keep it painted as well as you can to enable your blaster fight through really strongly.
Yeah, and not only having the range blaster, but having the Kraken special is also going to be big. Getting into that key position of the ramp for the enemy, having pretty much free access and an invincible special. Not even even if you don't get a pick with the Kraken with the range blaster, creating that space so when you turn back into regular form, you're able to just apply pressure, get pretty much free space, and that could lead to way more points for your team.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, Splatbomb and Kraken is just like a kit that's a match made in heaven for the range blaster. There's a reason so many people want to see it come back from Splatoon 1, and we are granted our wish with that. As here we're going, game 2 for real this time. Humpback Pump Track, tower control.
Yeah, let's hope we have no crazy connection things. We're going to see the same comps. Let's see how both... Oh, look what I said. Right on cue.
Oh no.
Are they... No? Oh. Oh, it's VCU again. They have to play it out. I thought it was the other team.
Yeah,
no. The VCU's going to be in the numbers down.
Spirality again. Very unfortunate. Having to play 3v4 is so tough in a game that's so coordination based like Splatoon is. Also, another thing I want to mention, I really like the Forge Splatter Shop Pro pick coming from Space Heels here.
Yeah. having that suction bomb on tower control is big. I think they have they have 2 suction bombs between the Zap and the Forge. That's so much pressure, especially now in a 3v4. It's going to be really difficult for VCU to get on the tower.
Yeah, we see Griffink is already approaching the checkpoint point at 50 points. They're at checkpoint 2. Lester took an aggressive trade, which in a 4v3 you could afford to take a lot more. And this crab tank is doing its best, but it's under heavy fire from multiple directions at once. So hard to deal with that, especially with how slowly the weapon turns. As Space Heels is able to convert that into a Booyah Bomb to apply more pressure and take a trade. With the second going down, it's a 3v1 in favor of Griffink here as they just passed checkpoint 3. That's a wipeout, and yeah, unfortunate with the disconnect, but gotta play with the cards we're dealt at this point, and Griffink evens up the score 1-1 here.
Yeah, very unfortunate, especially because I believe it was a different person that disconnected. It wasn't the same person between both games, so hopefully VCU can get that fixed up, because in reality, even though Griffink took a game, now it's just a best of 5. So gotta keep your composure. Even though you gotta disconnect, try to make sure your internet's as strong as possible, and get your head back in the game. And yeah, well, hopefully we can get their internet together and we can get a nice fair game number 3.
Yeah, speaking of game number 3, we're gonna be looking at Rainmaker on Scorch Gorge here for this one. Whereas this map, I feel we want to see a really strong opening from these teams. I feel if you get a really good first push and focusing on defending, it could be really hard for the opponent to break through try to stop it. I think the opening is going to be arguably the most important part of this game coming up.
Yeah, and for such a fundamental map of Rainmaker Scorch, it's like one of the, as I said earlier, one of the staple modes of Rainmaker. You got Rainmaker Scorch, Rainmaker Undertow, Rainmaker Humpback. I feel like those are the big 3 Rainmaker games, and having one of those as an opportunity to just work as a team, play your fundamentals, use your skills, and take those key positions as soon as you can, using specials and coordination. I think it's anyone's game, and yeah, really looking forward to it.
Same here indeed. Yeah, we should be getting into the game soon. I wonder if we're still going to be seeing the Range Blaster coming from Griffink, or if that was just a tower control special change. I'm definitely interested. It's definitely going to be interesting to see what's coming out from both sides here. I think we could probably see a trend, maybe a bit faster weapons, trying to get that really good push in. Obviously, it's Rainmaker. You're probably going to see something with that good object damage as well.
Yeah. Although this is not exactly this is a pretty good map for Range Blaster. You got the Greats in mid. Yeah. You have really good poking power through the ledges and stuff. And Kraken, I feel like it's pretty solid in Rainmaker. I mean, you know where they are. You got to use your special and go chase after them. So I wouldn't be shocked if we see another Kraken Range Blaster here.
Yeah, I could definitely see that. I could also see maybe a Splatana coming out at some point as well. Just the object image on those weapons is so high, and they have such great mobility, which is, that combination is so important in this mode. In this mode, I feel like that's a weapon class that's like tailor-made for Rainmaker.
Absolutely. And you know another weapon that has a really good object damage? Blobber. Let's see it. Come on, someone pull it out.
That would be a lot of fun. One of my personal favorite weapons in the game as well.
Yeah, it's actually pretty solid on Rainmaker. I think that the area denial, especially like where you say you know where they are, but no blobber. But we do have a double backline comp on the side of VCU. We got a pencil and an edit, really trying to anchor down those key positions there.
Yeah, and also notably, we are not seeing the return of the custom range blaster here. Instead, I'm seeing Griffink going for an end zap while they're using the edit that has the crab tank instead. And the end parry splat dualies is the set coming out. That triple slash check is still good in this mode. And there we saw Titanium on the dualies get not one, not two, but 3 picks there. what a play. The Booyah Bomb comes in from the Forge Pro. The left checkpoint is like the Rainmaker carrier is walking across the grid. That's Pickle going for the other checkpoint. They were able to push up to both checkpoints, make the opponent have to guess which one they were going to. An incredibly good opening coming from Griffink here. And that was fueled by Titanium with that epic triple pick early on.
Yeah, very strong play by Titanium there. But Griffink puts their foot on the gas a little too much. VCU is going to regain control of mid and get a potential push here with the Rainmaker. We see Dog trying to use the credit to try to apply pressure with the Crab. Ghost, looks like Ghost has the Rainmaker, although it's going to be a little difficult to push when your only two teammates alive are both backlines.
It definitely, we're seeing Spirality hanging back here, waiting for jumps, which is important. They do lose the Rainmaker, but they do have a numbers advantage. And there's Hacks showing off their dueling skills, getting a key pick as well, trying to stagger Griffink a bit, but they are wisely waiting for their jumps to come in. As we're seeing Space Heels playing around the pillow in the checkpoint. But Dog has another Crab Tank at the ready, just focusing on inking up a lot of turf for their team, trying to flush out anyone who might be hiding, such as Titanium here, who we're seeing hiding around, coming around, attacking at the Rainmaker. Can they do it again? No, they cannot. Amber Alert is able to pull off a successful defense. Spirality does have a couple members go down, though, but we're seeing bodies dropping around here. Spirality definitely needs to get one more pick. We see Space Heels jumping back as Hegemony is now on the Crab Tank, and we're coming in, and even more fights are happening. A lot of players going down here in this game.
Yeah, Titanium just flanking non-stop, and I mean, that's all you got to do as a Tetris player. Even if you can't find the picks, that pressure is big, and that's exactly what Griffink used to their advantage to stall out here. And now, with Griffink having control of mid, potentially grabbing the Rainmaker here, I really like how I believe it's Space Heels up there keeping control of that top right. That's huge for Griffink, because having that position means that you don't have to take it later on.
Yeah, definitely. I like how Griffink has been trying to take area control of both routes while they're waiting for the Rainmaker to advance. Really keeping your opponent guessing and just keeping your escape options open. If one route's not working out for you, you could double back to take the other route. I really like the way they're playing this. Seeing a restarter pick, just Titanium continuing to try to cause chaos within Spirality's lines here, just rolling around under this grate, waiting for their teammates to come in and back up the Rainmaker as they wait to get a couple picks to have the opportunity to move in. But the triple splashdown coming out from Spirality will take a couple there.
Yeah, that triple splashdown was a huge reset. Otherwise, that would have been some devastating points there for the side of VCU. But they're grabbing the cooler out. They're grabbing the fish. They're saying, we're not done just yet. They're going to try to find some picks here. The main thing they got to do is shut down Titanium before they flank. But the auto bomb, speaking of the man himself, Titanium, finds one there with the auto bomb. And now Griffink tries to get the handle, tries to put their foot on the gas, but it's numbers even. Pickle grabs the Rainmaker. Space Steals has the Booyah Bomb. Gonna try to chuck it into the enemy snipe.
Look to that Booyah Bomb is placed, just forcing the enemies to reposition. That brief amount of time they're doing that could be enough for something to happen. Griffink was able to get a few extra points on the board, but they get wiped out. This is Spirality's chance. They need to take good control here, get the members in to support the Rainmaker, as we're seeing Dogs is setting up in the middle, as Ghost is escorting Amber Alert on the Rainmaker, or as they're taking the fight at the enemy ramp here. All Spirality is here, getting ready for the fight. Titanium goes down. That's the second one down too. It's just Space Heels and Hegemony left. Spirality is approaching the checkpoint. Hacks leading the charge. Can't make jump, but there are too many members of Griffink there for the defense. They're barely not able to get that checkpoint, and Griffink is able to regroup, getting a 3-down situation of their own to take advantage of.
Yeah, huge defense for Griffink. This is a really low-scoring game for Rainmaker. Scorch, only the lowest going down to 57. As we see, Dog has the Crab Tank online. Gonna elect to pop it now, although a Booyah Bomb just gets chucked right at their face. Titanium trying to shut down that Crab Tank entirely, and does with the Auto Bomb. It looks like the Rainmaker's just gonna stall here. VCU needs to get there fast. 5 seconds to go. Hegemony being the only one left for the team. Dog trying to find the pick. Gets down there, but can't. Griffink holds on
just hiding along the wall.
I mean, you got to do what you got to do, and knowing that the edit was the one pushing, hiding behind the wall, and knowing that they can't apply pressure there directly without a splat bomb was big. And Griffink sneaks away with that game. Not not that low scoring, only down to 57. So Griffink sneaking that one away. 2-1 Griffink.
Yeah, it really did turn out to be a good first push. It is what made all the difference. As we saw, Titanium went and pulled off a wicked triple kill, and then Griffink was able to move up really far, take advantage of both routes to be able to push to both checkpoints, giving Spirality a lot more to watch out for as they spawn in, keep getting them guessing, to taking the check, and then a little bit, which turned out to be just enough. And Spirality definitely was not out of it until the very end there, especially in the late game. They had the crucial wipe they got, allowing them set up and take a lot of space. They took their fights well. I really thought they were going to get that checkpoint, but Griffink was just barely able to get enough players back in time to get the much needed stop.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like the big thing for that game was that Griffink, when they were pushing, they were applying pressure with both sides, through the grates and through the top right. When VCU was pushing, they kind of directed all their attention to the ramp, and all that Griffink had to do was spam bombs and eventually find picks. So that's the one thing I did notice at the end of that game was separating your pressure rather than putting all your eggs in one basket. And you can see that here in a few of these clips.
Yeah, definitely. And we're going from a staple map in the form of Rainmaker Scorch for Game 3, heading into Game 4, we're looking at more of an unorthodox map you don't see as much. Yes, your eyes are not deceiving you, people. That is Clam Blitz on Hammerhead Bridge.
Clam Blitz on Hammerhead. Oh, man. This is a fun one, for sure. Okay. Here's the thing about Clam Blitz Hammerhead. It is a big team fighting map. Similar to, I believe I said, Zone's Robo. Hammerhead is the same thing, but with clams. You only have really that one way to get in. Obviously, you have the little block in the middle of, like, near the basket, but you can only really push in through that ramp, so teamwork is going to be crucial. On top of that, with it being a hallway map, as a good bit of maps are in Splatoon 3, long range pressure, huge. Pencil, you can see crab tanks. All of those to apply long pressure is going to be big. Absolutely.
Yeah, I would not be surprised to see the pencil plus edit combination coming back for this game, given this is Hammerhead Bridge we're talking about.
Yeah.
And it is definitely interesting, as this is a map people haven't really practiced as much.
Oh. Titanium on the X-Blow. They were playing like Tetris and Zap the whole time. A complete change in their playstyle. Very interesting.
Yeah, this is very, very interesting indeed. And we're seeing both teams bringing out a hero shot with that Trizuka here. A very frequently seen special that we haven't seen that much in this match so far. That's now coming out as both teams get a trade immediately. The first team fight, as you were saying, would be common, is happening right at the very beginning here. All these claims spawning in the middle. We're seeing Spirality gets a cooler, and they're setting out their first Trizuka of the game. It will get a pick. It takes out Titanium, the opposing X-Blow. That's their backline down. But Space Eels is providing really good pressure on, once again, on this Forge Pro, and they do have the Booyah Bomb ready for when Griffink needs it. We're having Tristrix coming in from Spirality, trying to keep Griffink back, as they do have a Power Clam. Space Eels is sending up, because moving in neutral. Both teams playing very cautiously, but Space Eels does get a key pick on Power Clam, and will take another as well.
Yeah, Space Eels applying a lot of pressure with this Forge, really using that long range to the advantage, like I said before, but VCU trying to hold it with everything they got. It looks like they have a sneaky splashdown online. There it goes! Talking about splashdown, finds one pick, but Griffink gets the ball in, but they're not going to get too much follow-up.
In fact, this push is limited to just the one Power Claim. Keeping their score still at 80 with the penalty is really big, because all it takes is one Power Clam plus one Clam, and that's the lead swap right there. So if Griffink Spirality could get a couple down and get a counter push of their own to score. Also, they're in the league. Their defense on this map has been strong so far early on. If they could keep it up, they'd be in a really good position. So the fact they were able to limit the score that small is huge.
Yeah, VCU just needs to get control of mid. They've kind of been playing on the back foot for the first 2 minutes, not really getting too many opportunities to come in. As we see, the Emperors has the splashdown ready. They're going to try to work in with that. Super Weak uses the splashdown, gets one, trying to come in, but cannot get any more. It's going to be a 2v2 in mid.
Yeah, upwards. Thought they couldn't get more. I love the use of the Empire for those aggressive splashdowns. Just really make the opponent have to be aware of like when you have a special active, where you are at all times. If you just lose track of it even a little bit, it could be disastrous. Which is the power of something like this. As we're seeing, Griffink is now two down. Spirality has numbers. Spirality has a clam. They're pushing in with the strikes. Moving up, gathering even more clips. Will they be able to score here as Griffink members are back playing the defense? But the splashdown out comes in. Hax goes in, gets one. A second one goes down as well, but the power clean goes in. It's up to Dog. Ooh. He scores, but he can't get anything else. Spirality needs to get one more clim in. If they don't, they will be 1 point behind due to the way the game registers the tiebreaker of the score in Clan Blitz, which is what we are seeing happen here.
Yeah, very low scoring game. But because Griffink scores first, they technically have the lead right now. Griffink on the up foot, trying to get more pressure in to get recontrol of mid. As we see Space Seals with the Booyah Bomb online, Zuka online, we got two specials online, Booyah Bomb coming out, trying to get pressure. Luna, watch the rust, but the splashdown comes in and finds two! Ooh. That's going to be numbers advantage for VCU. This is what they need.
Yeah, that was a really good trade for Hax to take with the splashdown. It's such a good trading tool. Here we go. Spirality has clams. They get the power clam in. They have taken the lead as we approach the final minute remaining on this match. It's a narrow lead, but a lead nonetheless. Spirality is wiped out, but they are coming back mostly fast thanks to that tactical. Or if they're able to get back and form a defense. The battle with Griffink trying to push up. This could be the most important battle of this match as we come right here. They're using their Zuka really well supporting. They got Spirality one down. They're moving up. Ooh. Ghost goes down. Griffink gets the score to take the lead back. And they're scoring more. They have a 10-point lead. Plus Spirality has a 10-point penalty. And they get more ahead. That's more than a clam. They're getting them in so fast here. Getting it all the way down to 25 as we're past the 30-second mark now. That is absolutely massive for Griffink, and the fact that their clips are staggered means that the batter stays up just a little bit more, giving Spirality just a little bit less time to work with on the clock as they are going to need to attempt one last push here now. Very important fight win by Griffink that gave them the lead and could give them the match if they can keep up the defense.
Ooh, Griffink.
Hax with the splashdown.
Oh man, it's going to come down to the wire. They have the ball coming in. Zuka coming out, finds a pick, get the section bomb. They barely dodge it in time, but they have to make this push going now. Griffink holding everything they got. Numbers advance for Griffink, trying to throw the ball in, Hack trying to make a play, which cannot. Ooh. Oh, but unfortunately, amazing defense to finish that off by Griffink. Griffink 3-1.
Definitely, those suction bombs won Griffink. Possibly won Griffink the game there. Spirality had it in overtime. They were making a good push. Got a key pick with that Trizuka. They had the power clam and were building more clams up. All geared up for a push, but they just had to delay their approach not once, but 2 times because of well-placed suction bombs, forcing them to delay, allowing Griffink's key members to respawn back in, and allowing them to keep up the pressure on that defense and whittle that overtime timer down to 0.
Definitely, and just back and forth. I think Griffink took that second score a little too personally. After that, I think it was for the first 4 minutes, the lowest score was 70, and then Griffink just puts the foot on the gas, gets it all the way down to in the 20s. But VCU could not come back from such a lead like that.
Indeed, that was just such an aggressive push. We saw all 4 members of Griffink moving up, just getting key picks, moving the power clam up alongside the Trizuka pushing up, getting those getting those key picks they lead, and not just giving Griffink the lead back, but giving them the game and taking this to what is now a 3-1 lead for Griffink after the first 4 games. This is a possible match point if Griffink can win Game 5.
Yeah, it's gonna be VCU on their last life. got to give it everything they got. They're capable of doing it. They have a game, and unfortunately the second one was a DC, so they were already in disadvantage. But VCU has what it takes to come back from this. I think what it was is that Griffink had that initial rust, but now it's shaken off. They have all the power to them. VCU has to pull something out of the bag to get back into this one.
Absolutely, and looking ahead to this important Game 5, we're going to be seeing that this game is going to be our second Splat Zones game of the night. This one coming on Ship-Shape Cargo Co. this time. One of the newer maps introduced in Splatoon 3, and control of the high ground will be key here.
Yeah, getting control of those top 2 stacks. If you can get control of the enemy one, the game is yours as long as you hold on to it. This is definitely one of those working together, get control of those key positions and hold on to them as long as you can, because you always have a better time having fights when you're on the high ground.
Yeah, I wonder if we're gonna see the junior come back for Spirality here. Getting that big bubbler up in key positions can be so valuable. Valuable here on Ship Shape. Yeah,
and I feel like most teams definitely have comps for each mode. So if history repeats itself, we could see that junior coming back for VCU. But if they do go back to their similar comps, you're going to be running into the same special. So it's going to come down to who has the better fundamentals. As we are going to get ready to head right into it. Game number 5, match point for Griffink. Does VCU have what it takes to come back?
Oh, I see an Octobrush here. That's what I'm seeing right off the bat.
Octobrush and the Explo comes back.
Yeah, very interesting. And in fact, I was wrong. We are not seeing the big bubble, but triple ink strikes also really good on this map, and that consideration could have been why they're opting not to run the bubble, as the ink strikes could just delete that. We're seeing Hax, who's now on the brush playing around, just swarming the zone, trying to keep things painted, as Spirality does have it painted. They do get it down below 80 on their first push, but as Griffink pops their specials, they go there, but it's Hax! 1, 2, 3! They have the Zipcaster activated, pushing it towards the titanium. They get it, it's a wipe out! Hax with the quad! Incredible!
Yeah, maybe a weapon change is exactly what they needed. I'm a big fan of Octobrush, and you seeing it work out, getting the quad for VCU, getting them in there, numbers advantage, 2 down for Griffink. VCU is putting their foot on the gas.
Yeah, love this newfound aggressiveness from Spirality being led by this brush. We're also seeing Dog getting a big pick on the space seals with the Trizuka, controlling the space from back in zone, having the shoes come back. Hax might have gotten a little bit too far pushed up though, as Griffink is able to get a couple picks and move closer to the zone, as Tri-Strikes and Booyah Bombs will be traded here. Griffink does stop the timer, and they do manage to cap the zone. That's a big penalty now put on Spirality, as Griffink's going to look to push up, but their shot does go down, and they momentarily lose control, but regain it back. They're going to need to take care of Hax before things get out of control again. That's something I would be surprised to see them focus on. We're seeing Titanium with the Expo here, trying to take the off angle onto Spirality's members here, but he's going to have to back off now.
Yeah, and having that point sensor is going to be big. Now that the Octobrush is such a big threat, keeping them marked is going to be big for Griffink to get them back into this game. As we see, the Zuka comes out, shoots nothing, and oh no! VCU! They have to play this out. Looks like there's still a lot more lag going on as someone flies on top of the stage and flies away.
This time on the side of
Griffink. Another one DCs. They have to play this out.
Yeah, that's a good DC.
Favorite DCs. Oh man.
Yeah.
We got people flying on stream. We got Octobrushes getting quads. Nothing better to do than watch this on a Saturday night.
The laws of nature have temporarily been broken here in Splatoon 3.
But I don't know specifically like how that affects the score. VCU used
the whole lobby went down. It'll have to just re-go.
Full reset. Okay. I've never had a full lobby DC before in a match, so I don't know. I've never
Yeah, being that far in the game was a bit surprising.
Yeah, yeah.
Usually seeing that, I'd expect it to be like right at the beginning.
Yeah, no, that was a very fun lasso sequence. I just noticed a little bit of my hair so far. Anyway, very fun last little sequence. We saw it all started when the Zuka came out. Nothing came out, and then everyone just started disappearing like flies.
It just fired. It just fired a blank. An invisible shot. I guess it made people turn invisible there.
Yeah, I think for every Zuka shot there was a DC. It was just the the Zuka had like 3 mains of lag power up, and it crashed the room.
I can't believe they were able to get to Vapor like that.
Yeah, no. I think the Zuka was directed at our producer, trying to take out the higher ups. That's always how it is in a society. But we'll be getting the room back up soon. Hopefully the shenanigans will be cut down to a minimum, but we still love a little bit of shenanigans here and there. Game 5 will be coming shortly.
Yeah, some things are just not meant for human eyes to see, and internet shenanigans are one of them, I think.
Yeah, that was definitely one of the crazy clips that you'll see, like, scrolling on Twitter /X, whatever people want to call it. You'll definitely see something like that. So, expect to see that probably on there sometime.
Black.
Oh, man.
Splatoon.
Splatoon, you gotta love it, because stuff like that happens. Then you get a good laugh, but, on the terms of the set, VCU was in the lead. All they gotta do is replicate that performance. Although it's gonna be very unfortunate that quad for Hacks, unfortunately, gets wiped off the history books. Very unfortunate for an Oscar brush.
Yeah, thankfully it was caught on stream. It was caught on stream though. It may be erased from the stat books, but you can't erase that from my eyes.
Yeah. Oh. Yep. There it is. There's four DCs. One DC to take out the Zuka.
Okay.
All right. And we are going to be heading right back in here. Ignore the previous errors, but let's jump right back into it. Ship safe zones, game 5. Let's hope for no DCs.
Yeah, and once again, hacks on the algorithm is going to be key. We see Spirality taking control right away again. This is a bit tighter contested by Griffink this time. We have Luna on the high ground, but Hacks will take one. Will take 2. Goes down on the 2, but that's 3 down from Griffink. It is just Luna Fresno left with Azuka at the ready, but that counter is going down in favor of Spirality as Griffink is regrouping. It looks like at the top left, coming back, using the Trizuka before moving in. Unfortunately, not able to pick up any picks though, but Space Heels will throw the Booyah Bomb into the zone, which will stop the timer at 48. Spirality strikes her out in front of the zone, but a couple of Griffink players were able to get ahead of it at least, and get at least a few points on the board, flip the zone, start counting down, and forcing the penalty onto Spirality.
Yeah, Griffink able to solve the zone enough to get that penalty on. That's huge, as we see Hacks trying to go in with the Zipcaster, but only finds one. Hacks still causing a lot of pressure, but I believe Griffink getting back on the foot. They have the Booyah Bomb online, trying to throw it across. I assume with that pencil. Yep, pencil gonna be pinched, but stays alive, and it looks like Luna coming in finds a double. Griffink gonna try to take this zone back.
And yeah, that was big how they were able to get a pincher attack on Hacks, forcing them to look in 2 directions at once. Even the best player will go down in a situation like that. The Spirality is back in control, gets their timer down to 32 before losing it, but they still have their pencil, providing a lot of paint into the zone to keep it very well contested. Spirality begins again, which they do. That's a very good position to be in. They get below the 30-point marker, and back in control, throwing the strikes ahead to clash with the Booyah Bomb. The dog unfortunately will go down, but puts a bit of pressure on Space Heels, who's moving up very aggressively, just going at Ghost, and will get the pick. But here Here's Hacks once again getting picks, but that is a big penalty reapplied to Spirality as Griffink is now improving their score, counting down from 70 and beyond.
Yeah, Griffink just needs to hold this zone for about just one more minute. But VCU not giving up just yet. We see strikes, we see Zukas, we see everything coming out. But you have to consider they might have used it a little bit early as Griffink's still holding on.
Yeah, definitely, especially with Hacks going down right as they got the Zipcaster. Very unfortunate. Spirality is 2 down. Griffink's back in control. They're below 40. They're not wanting to give up their shot at a match point. Sending this in aggressive. We're sending this in aggressively. 24, 19, 18. That is a lead swap in favor of Griffink now. As Ghost tries to send the damage, but goes down to a 2v1. 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Game, set, and match. Griffink wins the set 4-1 over VCU Spirality.
Griffink, even though they started off a little slow, likely everyone was playing a little sluggish just due to previous errors. But Griffink, after getting their foot down, they held on to it and they went down from 70-0 with little to no contestation. Goes to show that once they get into that position, they can lock out with ease.
It definitely a very impressive comeback win, especially. I mean, not only did they go 70-0, but they were able to stop Spirality multiple times when they were down to 18, which is no easy feat, especially when your opponent has been getting early momentum so much in the match. They were able to keep their cool, stay positive, play smart, and use their specials wisely to get control and hold it for the amount of time they needed to secure the knockout.
Yeah, and being able to come back, find that lead, work together, use specials. That's textbook Splatoon right there. And Griffink being able to execute that was great fundamentals, and they'll be moving on to week 2 with a nice win over their shoulders. But on the flip side, VCU, keep your heads up high. Still plenty of game to be left. It's only week 1. Still plenty of matches. Still plenty of games. Keep your heads up high. And yeah, both these teams should be proud.
Yeah, definitely. Spirality had a lot of really good moments. They played game 1 on Zone's Ramen really well with the super aggressive use of their specials. After they were able to use a paint heavy comp to advantage, taking zone without specials and taking control. I really liked what I saw from Spirality in game 1, and even in the later games, even when losing, they didn't roll over at all. They put up a good fight.
Yeah, both teams, obviously, be proud. Griffink just got the better hand today, but per CCA tradition, I believe we are going to be playing all 7, so stay here, folks. We still got 2 more very fun, exciting games of Splatoon to go.
Yeah, definitely. We love the CCA tradition of play all 7 here. It's just great. It just shows everyone just having fun playing the game. Shows great sportsmanship between the teams after a heated competitive match. We're able to put it aside and just have some fun playing some more games of Splatoon, letting the rest of the map list go out here. I'm looking at Game 6. We're seeing another tried and true Splatoon map. On tower control, this is Inkblot Art Academy coming out.
Inkblot Art Academy. Bats. We all know it. We all love it. Get control of those key positions, control the tower, and you got yourself a victory. I believe this is similar to Rainmaker Scorch and how that's a classic. I believe that tower control is the same here on Inkblot. So while we have these staple picks, we also have the fun ones like Hammerhead and Humpback. But let's jump right into it. Play all 7. TC Inkblot. Let's see what we got here.
Oh yeah, looking at it, I'm seeing Griffink is bringing Titanium Dreambuster back. This time on the vanilla set instead of the custom with the suction bomb and Wavebreaker. And do my eyes deceive me, Jay? Is that an undercover Brella that I see?
Undercover Brella. On tower control, mind you. You know, like Reefsire played on zones, maybe a little bit of Clamblitz, but tower control. You love to see it. I know PSU Arcan would be proud to see an undercover Brella played on stream.
Ink Mines on tower coming up?
I mean, that's what the Ink Mines are doing. They're working on tower as the bump with the undercover Brella finds the pick on Hacks. Everyone's they got the teammates jumping out. We got teammates jumping in. We got craziness going on here. Playoff 7. We're gonna see this Reef Slider see if he can come in and find any picks. Is he going to use it again to bats? It does not look like it.
Yeah, he's waiting, playing patient, but is coming in and getting the double to take take back the tower in favor of Spirality. Because he's going in with his Apecaster into the opposite side. Unfortunately, just gets stuck at that block and taken down by the Tri-Slasher Nouveau coming from Pickle. Another really good aggressive pick for this map mode, I feel.
Yeah, Tri-Slosher. It's gotta be my favorite. This gotta be my favorite map mode for Tri-Slosher. Whether you're playing the Soda one or you're playing the Inkjet one, I feel like both Tri-Sloshers play well on those stacks and on bats as well, and obviously tower. I think Tri-Slosher is a weapon that people should use more often on this map. But as we see, VCU that bubble to hold the tower to get this second checkpoint. VCU wants to knock this out here, wants to knock it out now, wants to show that they still got plenty of fight left in them.
Well, also, props to Space Heels for a little bit ago, staying as live as long as they did. Also, they looked at Crab Tank dead in the eyes and won. I respect that so much.
There's little plays like that don't go as noticed, which we should give all the players credit for when they do something like that. But we see the slider coming in, finds 70 on one. But they cannot.
What is this? The
Reef
beginning
Slider.
of Splatoon 3? Bombs just nuking Reef Sliders? Is this early meta Splatoon 3 again?
That slider was very vintage early Splatoon 3. Slide in, get a bomb on your feet, find 0, and die.
I love this game.
Undercover. Very silly weapon. It looks like the undercover is going to try to hold this stack alone, though. But not too much contestant here. Looks like they're just going to have easy access to that, but it looks like, I believe that's Ghost and Hacks working together over there. Cooler going out of mid. Hopefully the tower doesn't run it over. Amber finds the pick with the pencil. The Reef Slider gets a pick.
Oh.
And Seals finds one as well. Griffink gonna try to start moving this tower now. You got the numbers advantage. You got to start moving.
I do like how Spirality was willing to back off from the tower, recognizing that they had a big lead. Tower was pushed into enemy territory. They could wait and like try to camp it a little bit. I definitely like what they were going for there.
Yeah. Speaking of things I like, that bomb on the tower, nice clean pick there. Junior doing what it does best and throw bombs. Finds one with the bomb. Gets ran over by the undercover. Oh man,
point Reef Slider.
That's not what you want to see if you're a VCU fan. But Griffink trying to get this down to the third checkpoint. She breaks the second. Oh no. They're 1 point away. They gotta get them. Break the checkpoint. No one's on the tower. They're walking past it.
No.
They just ignored the tower.
They saw red. They were going in.
Hacks finds an assist on the undercover, but Griffink playing the objective now, trying to get this tower moving. They need to get up to the bats if they want to get this pushing any further.
Definitely, and Griffink has the tower. They're coming up. The pencil is raining down on them, but Pickle is not giving up here on the Tri-Slasher. Coming in next to that bubble, using the terror pole to protect themselves as best they can. Take those Space Heels, dodge the suction bomb, and another couple of picks there. That is checkpoint 2, and they will get through it this time. Go out together as a team to get the timer down.
Slider.
Probably might have stood up a little too far there. If they had that go boom a bit earlier, I think they could have gotten a couple picks there, maybe.
Yeah, they kind of hooked onto it. They were enjoying the ride. Forgot to get off one time. Missed their stop and could not find a pick. But that suction bomb is going to do some damage. I believe it finds one. Hacks coming in from behind, trying to punish the jumps. Finds one, finds two, coming in for more. And the wipeout, VCU. What a good retaliation, even though the score is still 4-1. You still got to love that for their hearts.
They take the first of the two. They take the first of the 2 playoff 7 games, hoping to get the sweep in the friendlies coming into our last match here. Yes, I am sorry to say, but the last match of this set is going to be coming up next. All good things must come to an end at some point.
Yeah, we really had a fun one here today. From the DCs to the from the quads with the Octobrush to all these silly re-slider plays. Unfortunately, we're down to our last match of the playoff 7, but you gotta love it. You gotta love Splatoon because this was truly a lot of fun so far.
Yeah, a lot of great moments coming out of this set from well coordinated from well coordinated plays to impressive triples and quads to internet connection in shenanigans to funny weapon picks. We've seen just about all of it in this set, and that's so much of what makes this game shine so brightly. And looking at Game 7, we're going to see Rainmaker on Manta Maria here.
Yeah, Rainmaker Manta. I'm personally more of a fan of Tower Control Manta, but Rainmaker gets the job done. And it's going to be interesting to see if teams push through the left or through the right. Also interesting to see, as I casted a match earlier, I think I had 3 people fall off on the last match I cast on Rainmaker Manta, so stay tuned.
Yeah,
Maybe potentially we'll see some people taking a dive.
I was just about to say, how many times are we going to see people try to brute force through Sneaky?
Well, when it's a playoff 7, you don't gotta worry about it as much. Obviously, play as best as you can. Try to play fundamentals, but ultimately have fun when it's a playoff 7. Yeah. Don't forget that you're playing to enjoy the game as well as to win. And
exactly,
I'm really excited to see what we got here.
I want to see someone bring out a big swig roller here. I don't care which one. I just want to see a big swig. It's got the object damage.
Yeah, big swig. We already saw undercover. Might as well complete it. What we can get some blob action here. Big swig. What other fun weapons do you think we could see?
Let's see, Rainmaker. Maybe, I don't know. Douchematic could be pretty fun to see pulled off too.
I want
to from like one of the aggros, maybe. I want to see
a vacuum. That's what I want to see. I want to see someone playing vac.
Yes, I am such a vacuum enjoyer. I hate that it's not that great competitively because honestly, it's probably my most enjoyed special in this game. Honestly, I just love how unique it is and like what it's able to do. I just wish it was better.
Come on, let's see a vacuum. In playoff 7, as we mentioned before, Griffink's won 4-1, but we're doing a playoff 7. We got the undercover. We got a junior. What else we got? We got a silver air spray. Oh man, what is that? 3 reef. What's it called? It's running double reef slider, Griffink, and yeah. 1 reef slider for Ghost. Oh man, and cooler, double reef slider cooler. Those reef sliders are gonna be running in like no tomorrow.
This is just gonna be paint, get specials, get cooler, reef slide, trade, repeat.
There it is. Ooh, reef slider finds 1, but it's gonna be numbers even. Oh, it's just the junior left.
Going down here.
Can we see someone fall? They're making the jump on the right.
Amber Alert is able to make it through the checkpoint at Sneaky. We're seeing hacks on the hero brush, or sorry, on the order brush. My mistake. Just going for the zip caster and causing some chaos around Griffink's side as well. Hiding around, picks are coming, bodies are going down. Was very briefly 3 down on Griffink. A little staggered. We're re-sliding into the checkpoint. Rainmaker dunks it down. That is game. Spirality sweeps both friendlies.
Yeah. They just dominated that whole time. The slider coming in. Slider body blocking at its finest. But VCU knocks it out quickly. Shows them that they still got plenty of fight in them. And with the playoffs, it's going to be a 4-3, yeah. Not in the books, but in the hearts. 4-3.
Did someone order White Castle for the last game? Because that was a lot of sliders I saw.
Oh man, I don't think I've ever been to a White Castle before, but I know they probably have a lot of sliders.
Yeah. They have very fun set all around. Griffink beating VCU Spirality 4-1, and then Spirality winning both games of the friendly playoff 7. This was a lot of fun. This entire time. Sorry, can't talk today. And this was a very enjoyable set. I was very glad to be able to be on for this.
Yeah, just awesome all around. Even though it was a 4-1, it still was a lot of fun. But speaking of Splatoon, IPL, Inkling Performance Labs, is a proud partner of the CCA League Season 6. As you know, IPL is a tournament organization dedicated to producing and streaming high-quality Splatoon tournaments, hosting events such as Low Ink, Swimmer, SOS, and SAC. You know the tournaments you all love. Together with IPL, we're able to give you more streams and coverage, and feel free to check them out. They're awesome. They're working with us today, all season. Gotta love IPL. But yeah.
Yeah, definitely. And also, so also don't forget, we have some excitement coming up tomorrow, especially on IPL, where we will be getting a streamed CCA match on the IPL channel. It's a Division 1 game. Come over to see. Check that out tomorrow night, Sunday at 8 p.m. Eastern time to see UCF Knights facing USF Gold on the IPL channel.
Yeah, IPL and CCA. We're both going to be having a bunch of different Splatoon matches. We got Div 1, Div 2, Div 4. We got it all coming tomorrow. Even though today was a little short, only one stream, tomorrow we're going to have all of it. So feel free to stop by tomorrow, either join IPL or join us here at CCA. But yeah. Sai, just where can we find you? Socials?
You can find me. You can find me on Blue Sky. On Blue Sky, I'm cygnusx1018.bsky.social. You can find me there. You can also find me here. You can also find me. You can also find me here at the CCA, either on stream, occasionally on the podcast. Hanging around in the server. I'm always available. How about you, Jay? Where can the people find you?
You can mainly find me floating around CCA Discord. I use Twitter not too much, but tags down below. Other than that, thank you all so much for being here. As we said before, another shout out to IPL. We thank him so much for sponsoring us this season and working with us. And with that, we wish you the best of your evening, and we hope you have a good night here from CCA. Take care.
Have a good night, everyone. So long.